I want to see what it was between Arabia and Rivers, and Bear, aka Allouition, randomed into Arabia. So that's what we start with here.
You randomed into Kawasan. Went the whole way. You just didn't want to play Black Forest, though.
Maybe showing a little bit of excessive confidence, you know how it goes. We went full random on all civs.
Oh, wow. Now, how come you have 6 civs here?
So, the drafts are a little different this stage and moving forward beyond it. For the last 3 rounds of the tournament, it's best of 5, right? So we have to pick 5 maps, 2 home maps for each player, and we go with 6 civs, so we all have 5 plus 1 for a little extra wiggle room. We've got tbird in pink, once again, pink playing as the Chinese. Allouition in orange playing as the Malians.
Lush Arabia.
And yes, we are on Arabia for game 1. I really should have practiced the Chinese. I guess we random the civs, so I wasn't expecting to be
There's
playing
no way
them,
you could have known.
Kind of panicked, built 3 houses. You start with extra villas as Chinese.
Wait, you
so
did.
I researched Loom. I did do that much at least properly, but 0 food starting with Chinese. So we're going to have some idle TC time. Maybe making up for that extra vill already.
Why do you go Loom first?
Because you have no food, so you have to do something with your time. So might as well research Loom.
I see.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get it anyways before going feudal most times. So
maybe I should do that with Georgians when I'm worried about losing food.
yeah, if you can't afford another vill, it's definitely something worth doing. But at least we've got housing space now for 30 pop. Chinese houses also, we're at 30. Allouition with 15. I think Chinese houses are actually more population.
They must, yeah.
Doing the math a little bit. And they say never do math on stream, so I'm going to leave it there, but I'm pretty sure those are giving me more pop space. I think what you really want to do with Chinese is just do Loom and put all on food. Maybe have 1 build a house or 2 build a house. Instead of doing the 2 houses to start with. But any variation in the early game of this game of AoE 2
I see that
makes
because
things
you
so
built
much
the 3
harder.
houses, you can't do lumber camp.
Can't do the lumber camp for a minute. Got to chop that straggler tree, but we're just rolling with the punches here. It's going all right so far. Villager count is even though because of that. Well, we're a little bit, maybe half a villager ahead for pink. Allouition doing a great opener here. 4 on wood, getting that house up. Maybe he's gonna house wall the lumber camp. Looking at the civs, both are classified as an archer civ. Malians, I don't know, chat. Look up the
Malians
bonuses.
get a little more options, I think.
I didn't play them. Malians do have a bunch of options. Chinese, access to the Juganu as their unique units. Man, picking random civs means I don't know as much as I should about what the civs bonuses are. If I tab into the game, does that mess with the stream? I can hover this.
I'm looking at the fine. Right
This
now.
is all good. Chinese. Start with +3 villagers, -50 wood, -200 food. Technologies are cheaper per age. It ramps up.
Oh.
And they don't really have any archer-specific bonuses.
Malians +5 to cav. All attack. That's crazy.
Okay. That's actually good. Is that a tech they research?
Yeah, it's their gold crown.
Okay. Flashback to last game. Yeah, this is like the AoE 2 version of last game with David. No French though. No Joan of Arc. No hero units here. They should do a hero unit
No
version.
League of Legends champions. Yeah.
Use your Q. Use your ultimate, Joan. So the Malians will be solid anti-cavalry. And what's like their archer bonus? Do you see that on there?
Let me find out. Barracks units have extra pierce armor.
Maybe I'm wrong too. Maybe they're an infantry civ for all I know. So I've been doing this thing, chat. The Gabetto unique unit. I think that's like a melee at range unit, kind of like that.
It is, yeah.
I've been doing this thing. I've been going. I'm stepping up the game where you garrison villagers in the TC in order to shoot the boar. It's a little bit faster and a little bit safer, assuming you don't overkill the boar and actually kill it with the TC. But that's another story. But then when you pop the villagers back out of the TC, I always hit the go back to work hotkey, which then just sends them back to whatever they were doing before, which was taking the sheep, or in this case the turkey. So my villagers are just popping out, auto killing the turkey before I have a chance to task them back onto the boar. Anyways, a little rough there. Might lose a couple tens of food. No big deal. Allouition. Moving on to the berries completely here.
Wow,
I think he was missing a boar for a while there. Might have been out of his line of sight. That's rough.
I figured out why you think that they're good at archers. It's kind of weird. They don't have any bonuses, but they do get wood reduced on buildings. So archers are easier to do because of their economy.
That makes sense. Oh no, you hate to see it. The villager, he kited around quite a bit, but unfortunately goes down to the boar. You don't, I mean, it's rough when you don't have enough vills up there to kill it under the TC. You gotta like kind of figure out what to do there, but just a little rust from both of us. He's been playing Minecraft, getting that netherite armor, so, you know, maybe he's expecting him to be a little more tanky. Actually killing the boar underneath the drop-off point, yeah, well. You know, different game. I usually don't even take the boar in AoE 4, so.
Molly's can kind of do whatever they want. They're with their plus 10% gold.
Yeah, they just gather gold faster. They're really strong.
Barracks having unique or extra pierce armor, and their cav getting plus 5 attack. They can, or even actually their townsmen can fire extra arrows as well. They kind of can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, it's funny. I've actually missed every single building so far from Allouition. There's the mill. Okay, we turn back. There's a farm, and I avoid the TC barely. All right. Looking good. Allouition scouting. It looks like an auto scout for him. He's got a lot to catch up on in the AoE 2. But a nice little housing wall there. And I actually spent a couple hours practicing the Archer Rush build prior to this game. Actually, I thought we were playing this on Saturday, and then turned out we ended up playing it on the Tuesday after that, so I'd been cooking up this build order for a while. So we dropped the 2 archer ranges, and we're going Chinese Archer Rush. Chinese have a really solid economy with their, I mean, I can just tab back and check it again. Upgrades are cheaper, farms extra wood, 10% extra wood, or I don't know, food on these farms.
I don't know if I love this mill outside of the TC with these farms. Especially with the possible, because they're Chinese, right? So I assume you're doing an archer rusher.
Oh yeah, I mean we got the double archery range, so.
Well, he doesn't know that yet, but.
That is true. Oh, you're talking on Allouition side of things. Yeah, these are some risky farms. I think the build order, I don't know. Some of them call for pulling some bills off of berries. He's got 4 on berries still, so I think he's just taking it by ear. Allouition, along with Arduous, a couple of players that really are able to just kind of play the game as they see fit and really just thrive anyways. It's really impressive.
I keep saying it. If Steve would practice, he's already too good at the game.
He's better than he deserves to be at the game already.
Exactly.
Allouition making spears. Now, this I think might come down to, I don't know, he might be over-anticipating my play style compared to what Civ I'm playing, or maybe just not as familiar with the Chinese. I guess the Chinese could also just scout rush too, but he's making some spears, and our archers are coming forward. There's a stable now. I think he's seen something to tip him off.
Yeah.
Here's where the auto scout can hurt, by the way. It saved Allouition a lot of multitasking, a lot of actions per minute to leave that on auto scout, but he's just now seeing the ranges. He could have been in the base much earlier. We also have a spear here for purple. These archers are going to be able to pick apart the spearmen now. Now, it's really hard to deal with archer rushes. What I usually say is drop everything, make an archer range, and build skirmishers as much as you can.
That
Scouts
or,
can
I guess,
also
get stone, go
do
tower.
fairly well with if you get enough numbers and the archers aren't well microed. If there's no spears out for the archer rusher. What you're saying is with towers as well. Yes, towers are a good answer if you need to secure like one crucial area, like the gold. Like maybe towering here would keep the wood and the gold safe. But sometimes players don't want to do that because then they'll have to mine stone in order to get a TC in the next stage. Because towers are 125 wood or stone, I think. So.
And you're making, looks like you're making spears out here for the cav.
Trying to, I mean, I've had archers and skirmishers die to just unprotected die to cav way too many times. So I'm a little worried about that. I'm making some spearmen. Whoa, click the map, not the, okay. And we're just pushing in on that gold, continuing to cause some pressure. A little bit of a bad trade there for purple, but still. Actually, we're down a spear. And Allouition switching into militia now. I think maybe that was like a misclick. No, he's going fully into man-at-arms now.
Looks like it, yeah.
That will deal with the spears. Man-at-arms scouts I could see working into archer spearmen with the right amount of numbers.
Oh, and this woodline is boxed in here. That's the problem with archer rushes. You think you're safe, and then they can just shoot over everything.
Yeah, he did a great job walling this with houses for scouts or man-at-arms rush, but now that there's archers in play, the scouts are finding picks though. Orange is doing a great job kind of picking this apart as much as possible.
He is. He's doing actually a very good job splitting all the units up to take better fights.
Yeah. Looks like, I mean, I have just added the market. There's a blacksmith for pink as well, so resources building up is going to be a castle age after this pressure. 5 villagers killed by pink. Good, solid early advantage. Just parlay that into the next age somewhat. Villagers boxing those archers. We're gonna kite them away. You can also pull villas if there's like 2 archers left. Like just hit them with your villagers. Maybe the enemy won't micro them too. But scout also gonna clean that up. Here's an archery range now for Allouition. And that castle age. Click for tbird. 2, wait, this 1 stable, 1 archery range added as well for the castle age. House walling down on the south. Allouition definitely not one to give up now. He's done a pretty good job fighting this back.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And you see, I like made these skirms thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna go skirms in order to kill the archers, but he's actually just done a little bit less of a conventional approach with the scouts and man-at-arms, and it's worked out pretty well. Cleaned up that whole army. Now we're back focusing on our eco for both of us.
As little as he had, he did a very good job of it.
Yeah, he got up the buildings he needed with that stable right on time. Actually, Orange moving into archers as well now. It's like fully out of food. I think because of the combined man-at-arms scout production, he's really been stretched thin on that food. So not gonna be able to go.
Also being pulled off of his mills out here were pulled off, right, because of the archers.
Yeah, and just unlucky with that house. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Perfect timing for purple. Calculated. I knew that was gonna happen. And also purple walling off that north side, adding that town center immediately on hitting Castle Age. You can't add TCs until Castle Age with Age of Empires 2, with the exception of 1 civ, the Cumans, which are not in play here. Allouition.
Eco per minute actually isn't looking too different. Or eco, res collected, I mean.
Res collected, yeah, not too bad. Malian's very good economy. I had to wall in this wood line and everything to get this TC up. Looks like there might still... No, that's a tree there. Okay. And Allouition probably going to be able to find at least a couple villager kills here with these scouts. We just pull the villagers there, and the scouts go down in the front to spears, though. So it's 6-1 on the Eco KD. Nothing terrible. Villager count is actually the same right now. Looking at idle TC, I'm actually like 30 seconds more idle TC time.
Yeah.
I guess that's the starting 30 seconds. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, for a long time, you actually were equal with him.
That's going up now too. We have 2 TCs, so kind of let. Oh, okay. Even that out next time. tbird. 4 villagers queued in one, none in the other. Hey, I just hit H and press Q a bunch of times. I don't know what's happening.
Must have done
select
it right
all
as
TCs.
I don't know.
Another town center on this stone. I don't know. I would love maybe one on... There's a lot of hills around is the problem. That one is kind of good, but it's only on stone, not... I would love to see what on like a stone and a wood. Not really very secure wood lines for our purple player right now. Besides this one in the north. But we're just getting the mass up. Crossbowman. Crossbow spearman for the Chinese player. On the other side, archer, probably soon to be crossbow. He's saving up for castle age now. Walling off that back side with houses and adding a market too. So Allouition preparing to go castle. He actually could go castle without the market since he built that range and the stable.
Now,
There he goes. Okay.
Tell me if I'm right about this. Is this a hole on Allouition's bottom house wall?
I don't think so. I think the hill is deceiving
That's just a
here.
hill. Okay.
If he's smart, who will, once this villager is done, or once it hits this house once, he'll click it to the other side and then see, because it will automatically pass through any holes. That's what I do a lot of the time. Or I just try to build a palisade wall across the whole wall, so then it'll plug in any gaps. But looks like, I'm pretty sure that's fully walled. I don't know what's going on here with tbird. We're doing the entire back left corner of the map for some reason. Now we're decided not to, so we'll just check back on that wall. All the action is on Allouition's side, though. tbird moving out before Allouition can get that forward wall. Yeah. And it's going to be crossbows versus, I think, a larger number of archers. It's about even.
Are these crossbows? Yeah. No, they're just regular archers.
Allouition with the regular archers.
Oh, I see what you're
tbird
saying.
with the crossbows, castle age upgrade there. And Allouition has no upgrades. I only have fletching, so very low upgrade game right now. I'm just trying to keep the pressure
crossbow
on.
is a big difference, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's 5-5 versus 2-3 attack defense respectively. I think maybe the attack speed is different too. I mean, if I hover this, does it say? Attack delay 0.4, seconds between attacks 2. This is actually interesting. Thank you, Capture Age. Okay, no, so that's exactly the same as the archer. Some skirmishers for Allouition, but they're not elites, and they don't have any armor upgrades.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be more of them.
Yeah, true. It's the right unit, though.
Yeah, very much the right unit, especially against spears and crossbows.
Either that or maybe siege. Like if you get a mangonella or even some scorpions into this many archers, you can get a lot of value with that. Allouition going with knights, so enough of those can also work. And we just are walling up on the purple base. 3 TCs in a very beautiful little triangle. And continuing to make more units. Allouition this TC in the far south, protecting that wood. I guess I would maybe look for that a little further left, but he's just trying to keep it safe and out of sight. Allouition actually cleans up all of those archers with like 2 knights, so very effective there. No upgrades on those knights, they just did a good job.
Oof, but this villager difference is getting bigger and bigger.
When you make it to that castle age earlier, you gotta press that advantage. Go triple TC, 4 TC, you know, just boom up as much as you can. If all the action is on the enemy's side, take advantage of that. There's
A
Bodkin
good
arrow
castle
for
right on
T-bird.
this hill here in front of the gold as well.
This is a pretty conservative castle, you know. I didn't want to
Yeah.
risk it all. With a solid advantage here in game 1, we're just trying to lock it in, get the Chukanu production online. So we're just gonna drop that in the center on the gold for now. Maybe creep forward with another castle later. There's enough stone in the bank for it after all. So Allouition with a few more archery ranges. Gonna lean into full archers, I think, here. Got crossbowmen.
That triple TC time is really stacking up the idle.
68:46. Yeah, 15 minutes idle TC time. It don't matter with the 3 TCs. Come on.
True.
I'm not really spending food. I guess spending food on skirms, but I'm surprised. I gotta work on that. I could have much more of an eco advantage than I do have here.
You're building infrastructure up front. I understand why you would miss it.
Made a couple knights, trickle them around the side. Maybe I think I was hoping to find some raids if he tries to get out that way. And there's the siege for purple. It's rough finishing a game. Either you go Imperial Age into Trebs and Bombard Cannons, or you force them to accept defeat by overwhelming advantage, or you can make siege and mangonel or ram your way down through their base. So that's what we're going with now. Just get some mangonels out. Great against archers, like we said too. So there's that second castle.
Now, does he see this castle? He does
Good
not.
question. Oh, he does.
Just right outside of it, literally
so
on
lucky.
the line.
I mean, that's so calculated.
I'm surprised too with these archery ranges on the hill. You'd think you would see that.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have town watch or town
No.
patrol or anything, so really building vision is not there. Going for the mangonel, he knows how valuable that is. This mango's missing some shots, but it's just a large army count. 41-5 army count right now. The Chukanu production line is really rolling.
Yeah.
Say that their TCs are idle or castles are idle. There we go. And it's looking like a T-bird game 1.
As of right now, yeah.
Some units.
But maybe he has
Going in
some
deep.
kind of stockpiled resources he could grab or something like that. I don't know.
Allouition, I will say, is doing a good job of using all his resources. He's been under pressure a lot, so he's kind of had to dip into that bank. But a lot of times you'll see players kind of lose track of things, not really produce, not really use everything that they have. He's doing a good job of that. But
And when you have this much in your face, it's a
kind
little
of
difficult.
it's kind of just a Archer Chukanu death ball now. Not a lot to do against this besides maybe your own siege. That would probably cause the biggest swing. But I
And
think
that ego difference
it's
is
pretty
really
much
showing here.
pretty
There's a
much
lot going
decided
on.
now. Yeah. Add in barracks now. Tech into a little bit of spearmen. Allouition has done well with adding knights too, but the numbers here are just really good for purple. So. Either player really looking to go Imperial Age. Another thing you can do, maybe if you're under pressure like this, drop your own castle to defend and stall, and then try to beat your opponent to Imperial Age. And then you can trebuchet under the castle defense and push back with better technology. But eco difference here is looking pretty deciding. I didn't even know about in the game. I guess we can look at my field of view here. No idea that this TC back here, the wood line in the bottom. So did work out that being in that position. Couple knights on the side. Knights have really bad vision, so
They do.
they're not really doing a lot for scouting back there, but they're just in position if needed.
And these eco kills are just going up and up and up.
Even with the villager difference, I'm looking forward to checking that res collected graph after the game because it's actually still like
it's not that
surprisingly
far
close.
off. Yeah.
Malians and also
Especially
Allouition
for
being
a
at the helm.
60,
They're
yeah.
great. But
A 60
they're
eco kill
also,
and the res collected still wasn't that big.
yeah. And he did get that one villager on the wood line. Crossbow in 41 for tbird, 32 for Allouition, most created unit for both players that game. And pretty much everything else looking as expected by the end. Here is, I guess, resources. This is going to be worker time, productive worker time. Is there a way I can like look at resources per minute on here? Food, all resources collected. No. Gathering last minute. Is this? That's very confusing. Okay. Food last minute. That's what we'll look at. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know anything about what that could mean, but you know, what do you know? Okay, what was that? Worker productive work time. Those stats. What? Get this out of here. Okay. APM, if that is important to anyone. I've just been playing a lot more Age lately. I think that's what that boils down to. Also, I spam click all the time. But
it's relatively equal, I'd say. It's not that big of a difference.
Yeah. Speed is not the be all end all. Regardless. So second game of the set is Arabia again. Allouition elected to go with Mongolia, but neither of us. I mean, personally, I know I didn't realize. Somehow, I just completely didn't even notice until the game was over that we were not playing on Mongolia. We actually just played Arabia again. I don't know if Allouition knew that earlier on and he just decided not to say something or whatnot, but it's going to be another Arabia game instead of Mongolia. Both players decided they're okay with that and just let it ride after the game. We're like, okay, whatever. Allouition in orange playing as the Poles, and tbird in purple playing as the Khmer. Again, we did random civ draft, so these are not planned civs. They're decided, like we had a pool of civs to choose based on the map or whatnot, but that's what we did think we were playing Mongolia this game. So even that, somewhat random as far as the civ choices goes. It's going to come down to players adapting in game. This is going to be an interesting one, right? Khmer have a lot of very powerful bonuses. Their farms don't need to drop off at a resource point. They just trickle in resources straight to the bank. They don't need buildings to unlock the next age. They don't need buildings to unlock other buildings. They can garrison in houses, which I'll tell you right now, I completely forgot about during this game. It's a very weird one to remember. I sympathize with Squeaky G, the game he played against me as Khmer. He forgot about that too. It cost him. So we'll see how it goes for tbird. On the other side, the Poles, strong cavalry civ, strong like castle early imp timing. They don't have access to paladin, but they have cavalier. They have cheaper knights cavalier. And they have the full work, which is a replacement for the mill, that all the farms around the full work, I think they instantly drop off like 10% of their food every time they're reseeded. So you get faster food, faster farms there. But we will see how this goes. It's kind of an interesting map. That whole top right side is a bit irrelevant. Players both spawning on that lower left edge. You can kind of get some funky spawns like this in AoE 2. Right now, Allouition with 4 on wood, 7 on food, getting over those berries. This is very much a standard build order. tbird pulling in that elephant, first elephant. See, those vills almost went back to kill the deer, or the goats, but I caught it this game. I caught it. Man, they're so pesky, those villagers. 4 on wood though for tbird, so maybe not. I mean, I guess it's 4 for both.
Yeah.
It's not normally what you see for like the, I don't know, not normally what I do for like the scout rush. Can I click on this? Give it. Yes, the stork. Follow that guy.
The stork.
Look at him go. Oh, he's overflying a little scout cavalry here.
Are
Doing
you
some
following it like
circles.
that?
Press F.
Oh.
And I don't know if you picked up tab is fog of war.
Yeah. It's not working for me.
I don't know. There's that full work for Allouition. Also with loom, but not quite enough food. He might have enough food if he force drops from this elephant to age up. But what's going on?
Nearly
Over
died from the elephant.
We don't need to rewind for that. Oh yeah, this guy's on one hit. Risky business. We got 4 on berries, 4 purple, 3 on wood. We're reshuffling things a little bit. There's that second farm. Allouition pulling in the second elephant now. Looks like the pathing's going to be kind to him. He'll get that in no problem. There's that 4th berryville for him as well. Has 5 on wood now for Allouition.
Now, what's with the... How do you have 2 villagers ahead of him? Did he lose something here?
That's a good question. Slightly more idle TC time, but it seems like he
that
hasn't
can't be
lost
2 vills
anything.
worth.
Yeah.
It would only be at most 1.
Well, let's check the Khmer bonuses, right? It's got to be something about that. Okay, no idea. It's probably not 2 full vills.
It's not, no, it's like 1.5.
Interesting. Yeah, 2120. I think that comes down to TC time, because it takes about 15 seconds to produce a villager, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 10.
Even still, it should only be 1 off. That's, I don't know how he's doing it.
I'm cheating in my own tournament.
I guess so.
You gotta
Put
do
a
what you
handicap
gotta
on.
do.
If we
Both
see
players-
if T-Bird takes this whole tournament, then we know why.
We know why it's a villager production handicap. Both players on the way to feudal age. T-Bird about 30 seconds faster, maybe 45 seconds faster there. Now moving over to gold. So this is, you don't see this with scouts, right? This is, any other strat would have this be that archers, man-at-arms even, or fast castle. Allouition on gold as well as that barracks going up. So that's probably going to be pressure in feudal if he's going for the barracks. Now you don't usually spend resources on the barracks if you're just going to go castle age, because it's kind of irrelevant other than unlocking the other military buildings. So T-Bird, 148 gold, 500 food, no military buildings. Almost researches horse collar, but decides not to.
It wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it. T-Bird is going castle age. It's the Khmer no building castle age fast castle. On the other side, Allouition walling up the left side, building an archery range actually, and killing militia. It's going to be full feudal pressure with the Poles here. I guess you can get away with that. Poles have strong eco. Eventually we'll see farms around the full work, I'm sure, for that extra food gathering speed.
Yeah.
I guess
Man-at-arm upgrades for, or militia line rather, upgrades for Allouition.
Of course, supplies before anything. You can't get a bad deal on making militia. You gotta get that supplies done. But T-Bird, minute 50 from Castle Age and making a stable. See now how how I'm able to utilize this timing. It's kind of rough, right? Because you get there, but you have no buildings
You have
unlocked.
nothing, yeah.
You got just the stable, I guess. I don't need to build a barracks at all in order to unlock that. But that means I don't have a barracks, can't make any spearmen, so. Also, taking these zebra that spawned right at the back of the base. Very convenient, safe spot there for a little extra hunt.
Just for the one zebra?
No, there were 3 back here.
Oh, there was 3, okay.
Yeah, you can see their corpses barely, a little bit.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, you're right.
Also, Allouition will have more villagers, right? Because he's not spending TC time on going up immediately. So, man-at-arms do run straight into the TC. That's very convenient. We got to get some quick walls down around the gold, which does work out for now for purple. And now we know, okay, man-at-arms incoming. What are we going to do about it? Well, can't make knights because we don't have the resources. I think that's what I want to do.
Much aside from vills right now.
Don't have a market to buy resources. Don't have wood to make a market. 24 villagers and in Castle Age, man, it's rough. But we are gonna build some more houses before these slow man-at-arms can get to our villagers. On the other side, Allouition is doing what he does well, just booming, keeping the pressure on. He's got some archers actually out. He's probably expecting early pressure after that last game, but
most likely, yeah.
Decided to change things up.
And that's where the scout really comes in, knowing what's going on over here.
Now, didn't fully wall these Berryvilles, and I think I might be looking at the stable or something, but we're gonna lose some vills there. Palisade is actually hurting me here, so we gotta walk all the way around it. And boink! Another village goes down. Man-at-arm is free to continue pressuring. One knight is out there on the field, but not being used. There's plenty of spearmen for Allouition. He definitely saw that stable, so. Also researching husbandry, well. That's prioritization right there. Allouition does not see the gold. He doesn't see the gold mine either on the south, but I guess I'm scared. Oh, deciding. What are we going to do? These spears are maybe going around the back. Not going to go for that risky gold mine. He's kind of hitting purple with a bunch of different things. The spearmen, man-at-arms, and archers. I love this unit combo. But seeing the archers now, we gotta make some choices, right? Because the archers can just push you off of any resource, or just kill your villagers from behind the wood line, for example. So it's turned into a pretty messy game for purple. On the other side, Allouition continuing just to add villagers to wood. Staying in feudal, not looking to go Castle Age at all, and tower is going up on the gold mine.
Oh, just gonna force the tower.
Just gonna force it with 13 vills, baby. Fight the spearmen. They're just spears. They don't have bonus damage. Actually, not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe we lose. I mean, so we're definitely gonna lose some vills to that scout. Tower goes up. Ultimately, Eco KD is 3-0. So not terrible, and overall KD is 6-4 in favor of tbird. So archers looping around the back to that wood line.
Yeah, they found a way.
Do you mean purple's gonna have to delete a house and fall back with the lumber camp choppers? We actually have no access to wood now. And these spearmen, Allouition has enough game knowledge to know without murder holes, you can just stand underneath the tower and just start hitting it down. So. Another villager goes down to an archer. But the vills are just gonna box these. We're gonna box these spearmen. Spearmen turn. But they don't have forging, they don't have any upgrades, they're just default spearmen, so he's just gonna commit seppuku into the TC. It's more honorable than dying to a villager punch. Allouition is just building a lot of units, though.
Yeah, very much so.
I think that tower... Okay, it's killed 1 unit so far. And the knight finally being put to use. Trying to clean up those archers. Also, we got a scout moving
carrying
around
off some of these vills, too.
And
I always wanted to push his luck here with probably some forward production.
He wanted the forward production. Oh, there is a spearman in play, though. Oh. Okay. Spearman goes down. Must have been low health to villager hits. Now Allouition with that forward barracks, and he's just streaming units forward from that spearman, from this barracks and the archery range. This is the spam power that he's known for right now. Lumber camp under the watch, the protective range of the watchtower there. I think there is a hole on that back wood line between the house and the tree, but I definitely didn't know that.
No, there definitely was. The archers walked right through it.
Okay. And I'm like, okay, I need stone right now. I gotta use my Castle Age bonuses. Try to push out for this, take some risks. I got a knight. Spearmen are not attacking, not fighting back. They've been pathed to the rear. Fortunate for us. I think Allouition may be looking at the other group right now. Now we gotta fall back. That knight did kill 2 spears, so definitely worth. And Allouition has definitely been able to, at the very least, like, keep me from using any Castle Age, like,
for sure.
bonuses here.
It's almost as if it doesn't matter that you are in Castle Age. Like, the resource collector is still higher for Allouition here.
Yeah, this is true. That goes up to 5 workers killed. Just kiting in and out of the TC. Look at all those low health bills. We select this whole economy. That's a lot of like half HP villagers. So he's just gonna attack the mining camp for the time being. We're pretty well protected. Now I don't know. Okay, I guess
now
I have
in his base he's not really
those.
looking at it, but he's losing some vills to this.
Oh, true.
Knight and
True.
scout. Nope. But
So actually, that villager difference, the spearman will take out the scout, and that knight kind of panics. He has to run away. Eco KD is 5-4 now, so that really evens it up. If you're getting attacked at home, you're getting pressured, a bunch of buildings on your face, try looping around the back. Maybe you'll be able to raid a wood line without anybody noticing. Market comes up as desperately needed right now to even out, get some more wood maybe, and act as a little bit more of a building wall for that front side. And I think Allouition really just kind of sacrificing a lot of units this game for kind of at times questionable gain, right? He's had a lot of pressure, he's definitely gotten into the enemy's head, but he's losing a lot of units in the process. Just the general KD is 29-11 right now. Do we have like destroyed value? No. Not in AoE 2, not in the default overlay anyway.
And some elephants out here.
Find some sneaky mill action there.
And I'm surprised you actually went elephants here with how many spears are out.
Yeah, that is true. Not really sure what the thinking was there.
I mean, maybe skirm plus elephant could be good here.
I think, yeah, I'm just building these archery ranges in a really stupid place where I just keep getting pushed off of them, so I have to make something, I guess. And elephants are a pretty high impact unit. Though they will die very quickly to spearmen. Now, Allouition gonna dive in now. He's also halfway to Castle Age, so about to even up the technology, the age difference there.
And with the higher resources collected, too.
This tower has been invaluable, though. For purple, that's done a great job just protecting that area. So first archer range is out, and purple's going for cavalry archers, not skirmishers. In retrospect, not sure if I like that choice or not. I guess it gives me a little more flexibility, just for like moving around the map.
Yeah.
And it's like more of a direct counter to spearmen compared to skirms. There are a lot of spears out for orange.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing spears, archers, right?
Looks like elephants actually do counter spears there.
I guess so.
Look at this. Oh man. No blacksmith upgrades for either player still. It's been all out here.
True.
Now, the cav archer versus archer discussion is an interesting one, because cavalry archers are much more expensive, Archers have 4 attack, right? You can upgrade them to crossbows, though. He's doing that, so they'll be at 5 attack. Do they have any armor? Hello? Guess not. Cavalry archer, 6 attack, no armor by default, 4 range, 5 range for crossbowmen. Basically, it boils down to cavalry archers are more expensive, but in mass, they perform well into regular archers or crossbowmen. But you need to get enough numbers. That's where the struggle is. For now, players just engaging, trying to micro their way out of the situations here.
And I really like what Allouition's doing here, pushing the elephants off of the cavalry archers.
Yeah, really doing a great job there. tbird just like trying to get a building wall down right in front of that army. Allouition is going to push in again under the TC. It's an interesting choice. I guess he really feels like he needs damage. Mangonel,
could have been looking at home. I don't know. I think he should have taken the cavalry archers right there, but
it's also true. I always find myself running under TCs and stuff when I'm looking back at home. These units just want to die.
And you really need to put these archer ranges in different places.
I think I was trying to build a university there, end up deleting that. Oh man. Some idle vills. It's been a chaotic game right now. This TC has not been tasked. The villager landing pad is in action.
Just build whatever you want in the back here.
The villager count is 5341. Allouition's still on 1 TC here in Castle Age. I did actually eventually get one down to the northeast. To the north. Yeah, that's east. And Allouition actually, I think, added these knights specifically to go after the mangonel, so he's really thinking about what units he wants on the field.
Yeah.
All the elephants go down. Cav archers not being microed either. Cav archers very much a you gotta be looking at them or they're dead kind of a unit. And we just keep falling back to the defense, keep turtling behind the watchtower, the town center, both with 7 kills. University, we end up just dropping that by the lumber camp. And just trying to spam more cav archers, I guess, is what I've decided is the way forward in this game.
And if only Allouition can see the unit count here, I feel like he could do quite a bit just picking off some of these villagers on the farms at least.
Yeah, I think the next step for Allouition to really start locking down this game, he's got the units. I just keep hiding behind the TCs and being very annoying with that. Would be siege. Would be mangonels, maybe rams.
Siege, yeah.
Either that or stop producing units and just try to go imp faster. Another option might be a forward castle drop. Definitely purple would not be able to deny that if you put it like up here or like even down here on the stone. But he's just going to keep pressuring and microing, going around the sides, doing some raiding. Also, Allouition drops that second TC in a great spot.
Really great spot for that, yeah.
That wood is almost all chopped out, but we'll give it to him.
He's got the zebras here too if he wants food.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Go for the hunt there. Have to garrison.
Oh, not watching these spears. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I think he might have picked up a vill. I think they just died. I don't know if... Did he know that TC was there or not? Also, we chopped through the north. Knights also running into that TC. Those villagers are just on vacation right now. Some quick wall attempts from purple. I think that there, was definitely still a way through there, but he decides... Oh, wait a minute. The hill that this university is built on, very confusing. There's actually a hole between that and the lumber camp, so...
Oh, there is. Oh, okay.
I think we just attacked that knight with vills for the last little bit. Big engagement on the front. Again, unmicroed cav archers into spears. It's going to be rough for the cav archers. But the numbers are starting to grow for those purple cav archers. Allouition doing a great job just... Even if he doesn't get too many kills here, even if he loses the knights in the back, it's causing paranoia. It's forcing all of these villas to run back home and waste all their time. So, great investment. Even whether or not
he's got the advantage here. I really wish he. I don't know. Like, this is nitpicking, and by no means am I any better than this, but
sure.
Knowing, like, seeing that, okay, this is clearly all you have as an army. There isn't anything more.
I think you definitely could force a castle up on the starting TC. We'll see what he does. He's almost got enough stone for a castle, and it's 10 on stone, so he might be looking for that forward castle.
Oh, there it is, yeah. I would have liked it a little bit closer, but...
Yeah, that's very much like kind of just defensive lock, like what you saw from me in the last game. Just kind of locking in that middle position, but without the army or the siege to really push, it's not going to do a huge amount as far as killing the enemy. Or I guess, I don't know, he's got army, we've been saying that the whole game, but... Just a lot of really nerdy building walls and whatnot from tbird. And these cav archers, they're starting to become a large enough number of them to really cause problems. Allouition, I think, is trying to do castle into Imperial Age here. Into Trebs. Like, he's saving up food right now. He's housed, which could be part of it. But still has the... He still has control of the narrative, I would say, this game. Now, does this castle range? Okay, it ranges the market, so that will let purple know that it's there without actually doing a huge amount otherwise. I think it's actually shooting the... Okay, shooting the archery range, not bad. Not shooting the market. What am I saying? So now, I mean, that kind of does put, even though it's not really a killing blow, right? It puts purple on a clock anyways. Yeah. If Allouition goes Imperial Age now, we're in big trouble. As purple. So either you need to drop a castle in response, or you need to start really doing some damage, becoming more active. But that's a lot of crossbows. Cavalry archers still not in height of numbers to deal with that. I'm wondering... I kind of like just don't remember what happens from here on in this game. 90 villagers to 77. Res collected though. It's that Polish bonus. I'm actually gonna look at the... No, we'll look at it at the end of the game so we don't have to resync anything. But I'm gonna guess it's farms, it's food that's really causing that res collected difference. But also a lot more idle villager time for purple. There's that response castle.
In a pretty good spot too.
Also with enough resources, there we go. tbird finally looking at the resources on the top of the screen and deciding it's time to go in.
I can do a little bit more.
I can do a little more with this like 13k food or whatever, wood. 1300 wood. There's the Imperial Age click from tbird. Allouition definitely could have gone imp as well after dropping that castle. I think that might have been the play.
Just put the foundation down for castle and go imp.
I had the required buildings already. I think the university and probably the siege workshop is what counts there.
And this whole army isn't here to take the fight against these cav archers. That's unfortunate.
Trying to go for a flank. There are 24 cav archers now, and it's just spearmen over here and like 5 crossbows. So the spears are all gonna die basically. The knights actually found a hole through there. Wow. Here I am trying to be a waller. It's always a hole. He's gonna find some villager kills on that side.
Certainly some interesting farms you got going on down here.
Well, the Khmer don't need to drop off.
It's Khmer, yeah, it's Khmer.
Might as well put them on food. It's not really. You probably should put them under the TC to be safe, you know. But yeah, we just look at our stone count. We're like, let's just drop another castle on that right side to lock it down. Knights might get some more villager kills in the meantime, though. Another great example of Allouition just thinking around the sides of the map a little bit, doing some raiding. So many production buildings here as well for orange. And the knights find another TC in the south of purple's base. Rams moving forward. I think he did make these in response to that castle. I'm not sure. But there's enough cav archers now here. They have enough upgrades. Actually, Allouition, it looks like, kind of forgot about the blacksmith this game.
Maybe.
He's got no upgrades there.
Yeah.
Did make one, but it's going to cost him as far as the value of the units goes here as we go later and later. Knight's finding villager kills. tbird still has not noticed this on the south. Eco KD is 24-4, keeping Allouition pretty competitive economically in this game. Economically, still at 2k more resources gathered as well. So well played there. Finally garrisons that TC in the south, and we're getting our way up to the ballista elephants now for our
These
command
cavalries are really doing a number. I would have liked to see these skirms a little sooner, but
yeah, skirms are like with upgrades, especially. There's elite skirm. Allouition actually is looking at the blacksmith now, getting forging. Would love to see the skirm, the archer armor for those guys. Definitely a good answer to cavalry archers. That or scorpions also. A little bit of a lesser seen unit, but
Knights plus scorpion could have been good here. These ballista elephants just
get those ballista elephants in action. Start spamming those big boys out. Against a player that has gone infantry, gone like foot archers a lot, ballistas will do a great job because those units will clump up a lot more. They have lower HP usually than mounted units as well. So ballista elephants do pass-through damage. They're pretty much like regular ballistas, but like a little tank, well, a lot tankier, slightly lower.
Like he heard me talking about the
damage.
skirms. There they are.
There's the skirm switch. I think that skirms actually do bonus damage against the ballista elephants too, so they're classified as a cavalry archer. See if he's able to mass them, enough of them in time. More stables, more archery ranges for orange. Conscription for purple, ballista elephants queued after that. Also getting gold shaft mining. Expensive upgrade, but could be worth it depending on how much longer the game goes with that upgrade research. And not the greatest fight for tbird. He's gonna have to fall back to the castle.
Yeah, definitely not.
Skirmisher numbers are doing really well.
Losing these elephants here, these cost a lot of gold.
Elephants all gonna go down. Allouition definitely doing a great job still. The game, the narrative, seems somewhat to have turned with that castle going down and everything. So Allouition gonna have to find an answer, and the skirmishers definitely could be it. Not standing under the castle though, that's unfortunate. Looks like he's building some more buildings in the back. He's also getting raided by some knights back here.
What's the ideal comp here? Possibly skirm, spear, knight.
I would, with the poles, your cavalry, your knights are cheaper too, so
yeah,
probably skirm knight, I guess, like what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think spears are a bad option either too here.
Yeah, it just depends on the micro. If purple's micro is perfect, the spears will never get a hit in. The pass-through damage though with these elephants is really doing a number on the skirmishers. I think Allouition has just been kind of taking bad trades. I just looked down at the KD. That's why I'm kind of chuckling right now. Oh man, he just is kind of needed to save up more of a death ball in order to like win a fight and then push back.
At least at this point now. I think you could have done that earlier, but at this point, it's looking like you're gonna need to get a little bit of a larger army against this.
Yeah. The value of the ballista elephants is really in their like very population efficient for how much health they have and how much damage they do. So they're just like a really heavy hitting unit. They're expensive, but you get enough numbers out, they really start to be unstoppable in mass. Sold 900 food for 441 gold. Ah, we're going for ballistics. I never organically have enough resources to research ballistics. It's really late click for that actually with cav archers. Dang, tbird, what are you doing? And
Yeah, they were doing their work
double
before, it doesn't
crossbow.
matter.
It's a unique Chimera upgrade. Adds, I think, an extra bolt to the Ballista Elephants. I don't think it does that. I think it does like 1 more damage or something. But certainly
And
looks
this is
more
a large
scary.
army.
And now you really just have this death ball.
Yeah.
And not too sure what Allouition can do to stop it at this point. Another thing you could do, right, into at least the elephants is monks.
Oh, true.
We don't really think about monks in the same way at the low elo, like below 1200 elo level.
Yeah. Well, they're just too annoying.
They're just too
Why would
annoying.
you?
Those are just they're just relic collection machines, right? That's all.
Exactly. Yeah, they're eco units. I don't know what you're talking about.
But the ballistas are slow enough. They don't have the greatest range. 6 range. Monks could definitely be used to swing this kind of fight. I don't know. The pulls get.
And you have
very
some
good
elephants in the
upgrades
back
like
here
that.
doing quite a bit to these farms as well.
Oh, true. We got elephant raids going on now. That's interesting. KD's still okay. It is all swung in T-Bird's favor here, and the score is looking good now as well for purple. So really, just like a turtle game, boom,
Yeah.
and then survive. Was kind of hoping to hit like a night fast castle night timing, but I just didn't have the resources to do that. And then Allouition with extremely good pressure right when I hit castle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just
And that was a
stalled everything
tight
out.
middle game. It
Yeah.
was a very close.
This has been definitely some of the most well-rounded pressure T-Bird has faced in the Winter Bash so far. So, well played there from Allouition. However, this is wrong. It's not a best of 3, chat. Casting. Best of 5. T-Bird takes game 2, and it's not over after game 2. Unless the one player forfeits, which is always totally allowed if it's a complete stomp or whatever, or they just don't want to play, that's fine. I'm just trying to make it easy for people to get their games done. We always appreciate
anything.
as
Just
much
play your
content as possible, though. You know, always more content is better. We're going to go on to game 3. Allouition going to have to reverse sweep this if he wants to take the set, though.
Mm-hmm.
We got Nile Delta. This was T-Bird's home map, one of 2. And Allouition said, you know what? What the heck? Let's make it crazy. We'll go for the wackiest map in the tournament, Nile Delta. It's a nomad migration map. You start on this island with like nothing on it but a couple trees and some deer, or trees and some sheep. You got to decide, am I just going to place the TC down there? Am I going to take my transport ship that you also start with, move over? Most of the time players will transport over to their main island on their side. Looks like that's what both players have decided to do here. This game. Allouition actually transporting back to the other island to do a lumber camp with one villager. Interesting choice. I mean, in most nomad games with water, you do a dock with the third bow. But maybe there's good reasoning behind this. There's a lot of wood up there. Maybe he doesn't see any wood on the other island yet. Yeah, so maybe could be that. T-Bird walking a lot further before starting to build that TC. Finally settles on a nice little spot.
This could hurt Allouition in the future if purple goes any form of navy here.
Yeah, the TC kind of close to the water. If there's farms on that side ever, could be targeted, not sure. But looks like this is going to be settling into a pretty standard left versus right game. Settle in, chat.
I see that you've gone Portuguese. Definitely want to take that water advantage.
Did decide to go for the water sieve here, Portuguese. Allouition choosing Bulgarians, which is an infantry civ.
Yeah.
So, wondering how he's going to be able to use those bonuses. Make that civilization work for him. Definitely, he is an infantry player, loves to just spam those units as much as possible, so maybe we'll see that. However, for now, at least for the time being, water is going to be the focus with these fish. Soon, right? Nomad maps, always a bit awkward to start. You forget you need to build houses, at least I did. It seems Allouition has remembered that. So I'm going to rush down a house, chop some wood. You gotta just kind of wait for the critical mass of villagers before you can start making fishing ships, building more villas. There are definitely more optimal ways to do it than what you're seeing from Purple's side here. Allouition actually TCing right next to that elephant is great. Very convenient. And there's ostriches right there as well. You also don't start with a scout in this map, so it can be really hard to know like what is on your island as far as like resources goes, where things are.
You mean the goat scout?
Oh, the goat scout. Oh yeah, look what the Purple has definitely played Nile Delta before. That looks like Allouition just opted to eat all the goats, but I did end up using that goat scouting strat to see most of this island. Thank you, Squeaky G, for letting me play against you on Nile Delta. It helped out a lot. So, settle in, chat. Settle in. This could be a long face-off. Scouting with transport ships, making fishing ships. Allouition with no dock yet, actually. Sure he will see at least Purple's dock to remind him that that's important. If not, he's just doing a little bit of a different prioritization in the build order. But we're here on game 3, best of 5. tbird up 2 against last year's generally overall reigning champion of AoE 2 for the Winter Bash for games of PCC. So
there's a lot of ostriches on this
there's
map.
a lot of just food generally. Yeah, so many ostriches though. How much food is on these guys? 140.
I feel like there's more on the Allouition side actually.
We can actually find out. I'm gonna zoom out to only this side. Oh, wait, like there roughly, right?
67 in total.
31 on the right. 31 on the left, plus some islands I think got selected in there too. They may be scattered a little bit differently though. There's a house. I find I tend in these like nomad starts to really fall into a pattern of making really cramped bases. It's so inconvenient to do anything once you start building out like this. The house is right next to everything. The wood line's right there, so you don't need to like stretch out to do any of that. But then you just don't have space to do anything within your like safe little bubble. 16-16 on the worker count right now. That's a minute. Actually, Allouition with more idle TC time. But I think he got his town center up earlier, which means he's able to produce villagers a little bit. With a little bit more time, I guess, more villagers. Now he's starting to add fishing ships too. A little sip of water. Hydrate, chats. This cold winter months. That's 5 fishing ships for tbird. Both players adding more. And Allouition actually with the most chef's kiss lumber camp right now, or mining camp.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on that stone and on the gold. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. tbird going for that garrison, shoot the elephant, try hard strategy, ungarrison. Okay, good. Villagers just head straight towards that. No extra goat kills here. And Allouition is just gonna make maximum use of all these extra animals out on the map here. Mill those ostriches. Take the shorefish. Shorefish are actually the fastest source of food that a villager can gather by gather rate. It's kind of an interesting stat. Civ bonuses aside, given Mongols probably gather from hunt faster than that, but
True, yeah.
looks like tbird actually gonna mill these ostriches as well, so gotta love Nile Delta. There's age 2 coming in for purple. Allouition, about 160 exactly food behind there. I'm sure they'll get that quickly soon, though, with the elephant and these ostriches. And actually, we've just got some beautiful lumber mining camps from both sides of this game. I don't know which one is better, Chad, but this is also incredible.
That's pretty crazy.
It's 4 tile, 3 tile. It's the same, actually. Okay. Barracks for Allouition. At the exact same time that he clicks feudal. I wonder if he's like worried about landings or if he's gonna go on the offensive early.
Could go the offense early. I mean, maybe even scout rush. Who knows? Or man-at-arms rush, I guess it would be.
I guess on gold it kind of either is man-at-arms, probably with Bulgarians, or okay, with that many on gold seems likely.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the
Some
transport
natural
already, I guess.
resources.
So.
Yeah, free transport. Like, why not? It's what is it even at? 6 fishing ships. Gonna be 7 for each here. Not bad. And what is T-Bird gonna do with this feudal age? Actually, is double docking fire galley in the south. And I'm not sure what the strategy is other than that, though. I guess just win water is really the plan here. But T-Bird's really struggling to have enough wood. Gonna place down the lumber camp in order to research double bit X. Get that mining,
a little too many
shopping
fishing ships
efficiency up. Hey, so we're both on 7. We're both on 7. Fire galley is out. But we have a transport on the across the Southern Ocean for Allouition. He doesn't want to be found, doesn't want to be spotted. And in that transport, 2 man-at-arms and 2 villagers. One of them is apparently a boar villager, a little bit low HP there.
Oh, he's gonna run right into this dock, though.
But the southern dock, I mean, let's see, there's also a house now. That's actually a really good placement there for T-Bird, I guess. I did not do that on purpose. But also the man-at-arms auto-attacking that Vill.
Yeah.
So now T-Bird knows they're here. He's seen the double vills, seen the man-at-arms. What's the response, right? Allouition instantly dropping a barracks. First villager kill of the game.
I would have maybe put that barracks a little further in. Not worry about fire ships here.
Well, fire ships are killing the fish for Allouition right
True.
now. He's got galleys out, but that's going to trade super poorly into fire ships unless you micro perfectly. And T-Bird is going for a barracks. Hasn't even done the barracks yet, so can't really do much on land besides that. Probably, I think I wanted archers, but like you just couldn't do it. All the wood has gone into ships, right?
Yeah.
Which is proving valuable. It's 1-to-1 on the Eco KD right now. Still making more fishing ships as well. Allouition now switching into fire galleys himself. I think we're gonna do a little pincher maneuver on these fishing ships. We're ready for ya. And for now, T-Bird just gonna have to garrison in the TC again and just hop in and out to protect the vills. No army presence on land. Actually getting town watch right now, I guess. Get a little more vision of where those man-at-arms are going to be at all times. And there's horse collar too. I'll give Allouition. He's not scared to run under the TC for.
No.
I guess he's losing the whole fleet of fish, so he might be looking elsewhere. But definitely does get in your head when they're just like, oh, what the heck? I'm just gonna throw those man-at-arms down there.
Yeah.
Block them off on that.
I mean, here's the benefit of having a
side.
tight base like this. You have nothing out here to worry about.
That's true. Oh, they'd still find their way through. Tried to quick wall that mine, but men-at-arms are in. Gonna have to pull back like all of those lumber camp workers, all those choppers. On the water, Allouition building a tower on the shoreline and has some more galleys out. For now, all the attention is really here on the purple base. We got some messy economy. Villagers not sure what to do. Allouition stealing a couple of goats. And adding those farms around the mill would be risky in a normal game, but you're pretty much sure that the enemy's not going to land you right now.
Yeah,
if you're orange. So I like how that. I just like the number of farms we're seeing there already from him. Guess he kind of needed to switch into that. Losing all the fish really hurts, but continuing to just rove around with these men-at-arms, find the odd villager who's just like idling around.
Yeah, you weren't doing anything with him anyways.
Yeah,
Not like it was that
that's
much
true.
value.
That's true. 2 more men-at-arms go down, so yeah, I guess it's really hard to pressure a base like this. I guess looking from the other side, it's kind of harder for me to do because I was the one playing on the defensive here, but it must be super frustrating to have to deal with as the aggressor here too. I love he's trying to find his way through the forest in the north. Gonna be able to pressure that with some archers. One thing Allouition has been great at is he's not afraid to add in like other unit types.
Yeah, no, it's great.
You don't necessarily have to get any upgrades for them either, just to make them a little bit valuable. Somehow Man-at-Arms is out here on the tower foundation. Not sure how that guy got there, but denying the tower for the time being is just a real disaster for purple up there on the north. And I think Allouition has been able to get a little bit of breathing room on the water too. No more fishing ships though for him right now. Fully focused on the attack. And oh man, quick walls. Oh dear.
Ooh, yeah.
Archers though, gonna get some value. At least make the enemy make their own ranged units. But this tower wouldn't be here if it was just man-at-arms. So that's expensive.
True. Yeah.
I love the archer play from Allouition here. Another mining camp. I guess this is just the feature of Nile Delta. You just get these beautiful 2-resource mining camps.
Yeah, I gotta say, Mount Delta is a lot more interesting than I thought it was.
I think if you... This is kind of a T90 opinion I'm copying, but it is really interesting. The more it gets played, the more it gets figured out. Like, it could become fairly samey, like what the Optimist strategy is or whatever. But at least like when players are trying to figure out what to do, like this like super early feudal age like immediate landing and stuff is really interesting. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like I was not prepared for this. Even though I like saw it happening, I just couldn't pivot in time to like stop it. Also a hole there between that blacksmith and the house by the relic.
Well, when you're also this much this boxed in, it's a little difficult too.
Yeah, the wood is really the area that's kind of a problem for purple right now. In the game especially. Like that's what I want to highlight at least. Still these archers, as long as you pay attention to them, should be able to keep away any man-at-arms, so nothing too concerning. I'm not sure what that guy was like, just out on a walk out on the north, just like looking around, fraternizing with the enemy.
Swapping stories, I don't know.
And tbird looping back in with the fire ships. Not gonna find too much. There's just not a lot of water play from our Bulgarian.
Yeah. And I think that might have been the right move, honestly. You don't have enough military on the water, might as well just build farms and ignore it.
Once he's landed, yeah, just treating this like a regular map.
Well, he's also sucking resources from purple by making him put resources into the fire ships. If there's nothing to get.
I mean, then again, right? Without these fishing ships, I would be in so much more trouble.
Very true. Very true.
These are keeping me super like they're a vital part of keeping purple competitive in the game, I guess.
So maybe you make a dock down at the bottom and ignore all the fishing ships, let them take everything up top and try to, or even up like by the starting island, and then just build a big enough mass where you can win the water while you're not looking.
Yeah. Allouition targeting down the docks though now. Both docks are about to fall to those man-at-arms. And we keep having to re-wall this northern wood line as we chop through to more pockets of space. T-Bird, however, a minute away from Castle Age. This is kind of playing, well, similar to Game 2, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just
Very
turtle
similar.
and tech up, invest as little as possible into the army, and just make more vills. Get to the more advanced units. Adding in 2 stables for purple. Allouition is finally scouting around that southern side of
When
his
you're
army with
Allouition
the
here,
spread.
I think you need to go to age 3 right now and solidify your tech advantage while you're already over here.
Yeah, there's not a lot else you can do to really push in Age 2. You can't make rams, you can really just make more army.
Yeah.
I guess you could just be burning down buildings or whatever, but he has
It's
been
just
doing
too
some
slow
of
in age 2.
that. Yeah. Age 3 is really the spot to finish the game. And I think
Good castle spot here.
just
If it can
buying
be- if it
flat out
can be
like
done.
buying 300 stone for that castle. You just got to do what you got to do as the Portuguese. I do like that castle spot though. You are right about that.
If it can go down. I mean, if Allouition sees it, he does have the barracks right there.
He does have the barracks. He also has a lot of skirms.
That's true.
That's the concerning thing. I can wall out. I'm doing it right now, actually. Wall out any infantry units, but skirms can also kill from range in that kind of numbers. Allouition also doing a good job with
He has no
blacksmith
idea it's going
upgrades.
down here.
The scam. Yeah, he does not
Yeah,
see
he
this
is-
yet.
he is
He's
not-
about to
no.
walk into it, I think.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I think at this point, we were on the voice chat together. We didn't really say too much. It was a pretty sweaty game. It was like, oh, great. So now, using that no murder holes trick again, he's just going to hit the castle with his unit. Not too much else you can do with them, right? Or else they'll just die, so might as well. It's going to be kind of a knight organ gun play for T-Bird. A couple of expensive units, both cost gold, but 14 on gold. That's that's Allouition. Wait, oh no, it isn't. Wait, I'm losing track. Chat, it's been too long.
He's going
It's only
crazy.
been 2 hours. I'm already losing my mind.
I know, this is really quite an endurance test to stream for this long. I was feeling myself get a little sleepy watching this many age games in a row.
Oh yeah, it's good though. Allouition has actually taken control of the water. I haven't neglected to mention, docked to the far south, and then docked an island as well with the villagers.
Yeah.
So back to the fish. The fish is accessible again for purple. Allouition has found that south dock though. He's gonna beeline straight towards it. He knows how important that is. But the pushback is kind of on for T-Bird.
Yeah. I mean, just tech advantage alone is going to be huge here.
I'm actually really wondering, I don't think he got, I forget what the tech is called, the one with torches in the barracks.
Oh, yeah. 10% more damage to buildings.
I'm
whatever
tapping
it is.
into the game. I'm looking. Actually, I still can't see it in the spectator mode anyways.
I think it's called the Incinerator? No.
Ugh, I forget. He's taken a long time to burn these buildings down is what I'm getting at with these.
Yeah.
Usually you'd think that infantry units would melt through those buildings. Second TC for T-Bird, sneaking that out in the south by the gold and the wood and also the ostriches. Bunch of food sources there. And now it turns into kind of a grind. Who's gonna get the better of the other in Castle Age with this pushback attempt from purple? Allouition moving towards the south of his own map has a second TC down pretty quick as well on hitting
This
Castle Age.
Crepost, is it gonna go up?
The Crepost,
No.
Bulgarian special building.
I almost would like have to see a TC up top for Allouition here.
Yeah. Solidify that.
Maybe, yeah.
Area.
Like,
Crepost does go up.
you got this gold food, like elephant wood, and you can just make more and more buildings. Like, you really can't lose the villagers that you brought over here.
Now, I'm just throwing away all these organ guns on accident. I'll show you why. Bottom left of the screen, we've got a transport ship with one villager dropping on the enemy island. And I think we just barely passed by Allouition's patrolling war galleys here. There's a lot to deal with on this map. We also have water engagements going on. I'm trying to build up a caravel army to take back the water. Allouition has kind of got a, he's actually doing a great job just patrolling units all around.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of that.
All those organ guns go down on the north. That was one of those moments where you're looking somewhere else, you look back, you're like, oh shoot, well great, what do I do now? But Krepos is a Conics being produced, unique Bulgarian unit. Once it dies on the horse, he gets back up as a man with a club on foot. And actually, Allouition gonna press his advantage with this castle. Yeah.
Now, the problem is with two vills though, that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, and I'm gonna know it's going up like the whole time because it's right next to the building. Does that castle range the TC? No, it doesn't.
No. Barely not.
I'm just tabbing to check the game. It maybe if he gets like Bodkin Arrow and Bracer, it might, because that will increase the castle range, but doesn't have access to all of those upgrades in Castle Age either. Allouition moving in with more just random longswordsmen.
Man, he might get this castle though.
Hit some vills. Castle, I mean, I'm not really equipped to fight it, losing all those organ guns. Okay, taking out the land military on the south, but also fighting ships with organ guns is not going to be great. We just garrison and kite these longswordsmen again. They should all go down to the TC fire. tbird with.
And I feel like you need to move this gold around.
1,000 gold in the bank, baby. What are we gonna do with it? Well, Portuguese are they're using that gold at least as a sieve.
For sure,
units definitely use it, but maybe time
I'm just
to
saying,
buy
like,
some
make some archers out of that archer range up front, just to pick off these two vills building this castle. I don't know.
That's true. I guess I didn't Oh, I could have seen that there are only two vills there. I think I just kind of consigned that castle to just going up. On the other side, we're sneaking a castle with one villager. Looks like he's noticed that. Yeah, he was trying to mine that stone, so he noticed it. We walled in that vill so it wouldn't get attacked while it's happening. And that castle goes up, so we both have landed each other now. And it's just going to be organ gun spam with some knights as well in support for purple. Allouition going with knights. What's he making the most right now? Knights, fire ships. He really wants to control the water. Skirmishers. Barracks goes down on the south to that one ram. And now, I mean, 1,000 stone in the bank, 1,000 gold in the bank. Feels like you might as well just buy your way to Imperial Age at this point if you're purple.
Yeah.
It's, you know, some people hate it, some people love it. The Trebuchet is such a powerful unit to have access to in Imp.
Especially with having a castle down below.
Yeah, it's really the castle trebuchet timing, like that, like perfect combo that you really can't beat if it's done correctly.
Allouition is pushing well here, though, I will say.
Allouition pushing in, yeah, he might finally kill this archery range and this house. T-Bird's army not really in position to fight that up on the north side. I think I'm kind of just evacuating that whole northern side, to be honest. Some vills just chilling up there. They're gonna get picked off. Eco KD 28-7 right now in favor of Allouition. And there's a second castle for T-Bird. We might see some nerdy quick walls here, depending on if those knights come south. I think I remember sweating over that. On the other side, we gotta keep track of both sides now. Thanks a lot, Purple. Organ Gun's just kind of rolling out AFK, shooting vills.
Doing what they can.
I think Organ Guns into Man-at-Arms, into Footmen are really strong unit. Oh my gosh, we just barely got those walls down. They're really strong because they do high damage and they don't have to worry about the mobility of their opponents. More army dying under TCs. I guess one thing I would advise Allouition on is just try not to lose your army to town center fire.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's getting picked off on the left. He's having to fight, push in on the north. Yeah. T-Bird actually, I thought I was going to go imp like way earlier than this, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, there
honestly,
it is.
Oh, there you go.
There's the market use. Okay.
I think both of you needed to go imp faster. Either of you could have ended the game just going imp.
I mean, Allouition is now kind of making progress with these rams on the north. This starting TC is going to go down. I guess either Imperial or just more commitment to siege could have done it. Like, you can push a castle with 5 or 6 rams in Castle Age. I guess maybe not with this army support, but Allouition moving across the homeland of T-Bird here. Resources have been mostly tapped out though. 2 TCs in the south remaining for purple. And on the left side, seems like T-Bird kind of just being a little pest. Picking off a couple vills, building more buildings, locking in that position as much as possible. Just trying not to be pushed off of that for now. Allouition attacking that castle with the 3 rams. Villager's gonna have to move in on that. Army is not in position to defend the rams though. I think he's had to look back at the gold mine up here. He's looking back at the left side. We both kind of just decided, okay, whatever, we're gonna ignore water. I think we could say he won water, and then I just kind of gave up on it. Portuguese organ guns don't cost food, so why would I need fish, right?
True.
The Conics are doing pretty well into the organ guns though, and the skirms are... I actually can't tell if they're doing bonus. I don't think they are. They're doing like 1 damage per hit. That can't be bonus damage. Kind of thought that they might be the counter unit to that as well, but I guess not.
I thought they would agree as well, yeah. What is the counter unit to organ gun, I guess?
What you want against organ guns would probably be knights.
Just need enough of them, I suppose.
I guess ultimately the best unit would be mangonels.
Yeah.
Similar numbers to them, because you can kind of flatten them. But it doesn't. For me personally, also, it doesn't really cross my mind all the time to like go into siege, because it's like a weird like 4th arm of army.
Yeah, yeah.
When you got stable barracks, archery range, then you gotta add siege units too on top of that. Like, get out of here. We just got this 1 villager in here, just building away, adding a building here and there. It's funny, I could have sworn this villager was female when I was playing, but maybe the icon is just wrong. I think it just shows the male icon for everything in the building. Have to wait for her to pop out again and see. Allouition is gonna have to start making a concerted effort on the south to defend.
Yeah.
He's trickling in rams.
Unfortunately, yeah, not only that, but he's been trickling in just random units. He either needs to put the gather point into the building itself or away from it, because it just keeps one at a time keeps going down to the castle.
Yeah, I think he's trying to just get rid of it as quick as possible. He didn't think I was going to be able to put as much punch behind this landing as I did. Also, the Imperial Age timing is working out. Purple trebs down that castle on the right island. Organ gun's moving out. Doesn't seem like there's much for Allouition on the north of that island to defend it anymore. It's going to be all focus on the left now. The narrative really is changing. Cavalier coming in for T-Bird. And I guess we're just going Knights, organ guns. Just some fail rams from both players. Yeah, this ram is doing work. Okay. Okay, it is a female villager. It's just when it's garrison, it just shows the male icon. That's just a patriarchy for you. Eco count 83 for Allouition, 79 for T-Bird. That's 83 villagers, 79 villagers. So there's no fish left in the game whatsoever. I feel like Allouition maybe could have added fish now that he has water control and 1600 food, but he's got to deal with defending now. Treb's clearing up the last buildings from Allouition on the right. Castle looking a little bit unhealthy. It's getting repaired by that single vill. And more battering rams just being annoying by purple.
No, what is going on with this ram?
He's just zigzagging. Oh, there we go. I think Allouition. What is he? Where's his stone this game? He built one castle and one crepost on the right.
That's a good question.
I feel like he really needed a castle here.
Yeah.
But I guess it would have just been Treb down, so...
I mean, he had... Yeah, I don't know.
He's your 32 stone. I don't know where the stone is in this map.
Maybe he sold it.
He may have sold it. I'll have to look back at that. I'm curious. I'm adding a second castle and then a TC after that with this one villager. She's done so much for us. Allouition with a pretty good number of knights. I think we'll get to see how they match up against the organ guns. Oh no, he's gonna fall back from the castle fire. And it just seems like the resources for Allouition are... Maybe he overinvested in the water? I'm not really sure. It's just really struggling there. I guess the KD is pretty rough as well. But without Imperial Age, it's gonna be hard to kill these castles. I guess you could mass like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 rams. Ram ranch the castles down. Organ guns probably wouldn't be able to take care of that. But pressure is strong. You don't want to leave it for too long or else it could be too late for the ranch, so.
Allouition really needs to be Imperial here.
He just has no resources. I know,
he has no resources.
I guess it's the 30 elite skirms and the 15 pikemen in queue are probably what's soaking up all that res. But that's interesting.
He just really needs trebs here.
Yeah. 2 rams, probably not going to do it again on this castle. The knights, we can see, are actually doing pretty well into the organ guns. I think I'm switching pretty much into organ gun pikemen now to try to counter that. Second castle is up though. And actually, you know what? I think these rams might actually do it.
They might do it.
There's no army for purple. There's 3 organ guns and 1 pikeman. I think this first castle is gonna go down.
Yeah, and the Allouition keeps losing random units to these castles, unfortunately, and I think that's partially where his res is going.
Yeah, it's just been bad trades.
Like one at a time.
Yeah. 5 rams coming in hot. It's a good number of rams. Like a ram Caesar salad or something, you know, not quite a ranch. Mangonel for T-Bird. Interesting choice. I guess with the skirmishers in play. Pick those off. Kind of surprising to see no trebuchets from purple on this side still, too. Like,
Yeah.
Now I'm
that's a great point.
what is our Portuguese player doing taking so long to do anything? But it has been kind of just a low army fight on the left. Both players fairly sapped of resources. This game has been all action for like an hour now. TC is up though for tbird.
I just realized Allouition is very much out of wood.
Oh wait, yeah, wait. Let's look at the map here. This left side is his only access to wood.
Yeah.
Unless he like lands, he could land on the north, but that takes so much effort and multitasking to do. Man, yeah, that is rough. He still has access to some gold, but that's even just like 3 tiles.
Yeah, it's
running
running out
1,000
quick.
gold there, 2,400. No, 800. Okay.
I guess you could sneak some vills back to this wood line down here.
Yeah.
Backside of it, possibly.
Still maybe some access to wood,
Yeah.
but wow. Yeah, I guess just these last 2 games have come down to kind of
This is a long
preserving your
game.
units. This is going on for a while. Hour 6 right now, and it doesn't seem like it's finishing right now just yet. So, Allouition with a good number of knights. Both players using the market quite a lot. Organ guns maybe getting cleared up again, and really just neither player able to mass up the right combination of things to really finish anything off. TC getting shot down by this castle, though, on the bottom left. Allouition maybe gonna move in with the Rams again. And I guess it really just kind of boils down to having access to the resources that you need.
Yeah.
Purple just kind of waiting out the enemy right now. Not able to do a huge amount. Halberdier though. Also, I guess, okay. Allouition somehow has clicked Imperial Age.
Yeah.
2 minutes
He's
away.
got it.
With 200 accessible gold left in his mine. Before he's
And if he
fully
clears
out.
this, it'll only extend the game even longer.
If he clears it, he's got 400 gold left. I just wish I knew where his stone went. He must have sold it. Maybe there's just not that much stone on this map.
I mean, I see 2 piles down here that you basically control.
That's true. There are 2 of those piles spawned really close. tbird with 27 villagers chopping the same tree. Okay, he's realized. I'm gonna go up and mine this 233 gold tile. Allouition has ended up on basically only skirmishers for his army. And as seems like we've figured out that those are not a counter to organ guns. tbird has Cavalier. Skirmishers will do well enough into Halbs, but there's also a couple mangonels out for purple, so kind of seems like Allouition is running a little low on steam. He's about to hit Imperial Age. He has 3,000 food, so we'll see what he's able to do with that. Finally, purple adding a trebuchet in the south. Feels like it's enough of an army to be able to defend it. Good grief.
And Allouition needed to either move this food around or do something with it.
These wood lines, I gotta say, very messy on Nile Delta. There's some of these like straggler, just it's a mess. You chop through them really fast. Also, tbird adding a 3rd Faitoria, costs 20 pop space, but it provides a trickle of resources, so that's pretty much just like infinite gold for our Portuguese player. Eventually, slowly, it'll trickle in. I'm actually surprised neither of us thought about relics at all here.
Yeah, true.
I just completely blanked on the fact that relics exist. Fully
this
popped
is
at
starting to
200.
feel-
T-bird, Allouition 120. That is some of that pop is Fatoria's. It's actually 130 population for T-bird in units. Allouition at 86.
It's starting to feel a little bit more decided for purple.
Yeah, now that the trebuchets are out, we can do a real concerted push up from the south. And yeah, we really did not make these games short.
No.
Turns out,
it's called arson. The
arson.
tech talking about earlier.
Oh yeah. Okay, of course, of course. No, oh yeah, there we go. I've researched it now. 2 trebuchets for purple, rolling in. Gonna start working down this production. Allouition 78 pop, 2,000 food. He's selling some of it now. Good on him to realize that that's important to do that. Gonna keep queuing two-handed swordsman. He's switching into to infantry. It's actually kind of good now. There's not really any organ guns out. Wait a minute. T-bird does not really have any army here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a few pikemen and a halberdier up in the north, but two-handed swords in enough numbers will clear that. Not really enough numbers though. Second castle.
Allouition is running out of space here though, that's the issue. And resources to make more.
T-bird using the stone mine from this island is building another castle to defend the treb position. And oh, maybe not. Change his mind. Going further forward. I guess that's also Fatoria stone. We can see it's coming in fairly slowly. Yeah. That's with 3 Fatorias, like the maximum that you want to build in any given game, but it does add up. And honestly, somewhat at this point, kind of Civ winny. I don't know. Just
a little bit. Yeah.
There's not a huge amount you can do against the Portuguese this late in the game. Also with control of like all these resources in the south.
Yeah.
Of Allouition's island too.
You just couldn't keep up with the amount of resources that you had. Like you just had access to everything.
Yeah. T-bird takes game 3 for 3-0 in that top 8 bracket upper final. Moving on to the grand final, Allouition. Great performance here. He did not make it easy for me, especially those
very good performance.
Those second and third games. I was kind of spooked. But
I honestly thought he had it multiple times.
Yeah, showing why he is definitely considered one of the best in our Winter Bash scene. Long games here. That's actually interesting. What is this? Is this army? If you can see the bubble of army. Is that what that is? Oh, fishing. Oh, these are the fishing ships. Oh, that's even more interesting.